How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today, I'm gonna go over how I live in California for only $18,000 a year. Current subscribers will already know how I am achieving this, but today I like to go over some of the finer points, some things that have changed, some increases in costs, and some other things that lowered. This video is brought to you by Webull. You can help me out greatly just by signing up and depositing $100 to get your 2 free shares of stock from them. Check out my referral link down in the video description below. Now here it is, the breakdown of all my expenses except travel and except all the gadgetry that I have an option to buy or not, in case that maybe I really am hurting and I don't have much money. Then I can just kind of pare down to this level, which is around $1,500 a month, and not spend anything else and still live pretty reasonably. It's just that I can't, go and have lavish lunches at restaurants and, go international travel or buy a bunch of, new laptops or gaming consoles or whatnot. So I'm gonna cut to the chase here. I own my own home, so therefore I don't have any kind of rent or mortgage, so I paid all of that off. So all of that rest of the money is actually my living expenses, and this is how I achieve it. But you might say that this is essentially unachievable for a lot of people. Well, I bought my house at around $500-some thousand. I work as an engineer. I saved a lot of money, and then I essentially put almost all my salary into the home, year after year. And it took me roughly about 7.5 years to pay a really expensive home off. So it's not impossible. And if you have a high-paying job, it is possible if you are pretty frugal and you just work at it and just keep on paying more and more of it off every single year. That's why the first item here you see, it's $0, no mortgage, no rent. My health insurance, you might have noticed that it used to be around $340 or so. When I first started self-employment, I quit my engineering job and I had to buy my own insurance. Essentially, I'm buying it on the California healthcare marketplace, and I just buy it outright in full. There's no subsidies or anything, so it's really expensive. So that's what I started out with, and now it's already close to $400. So it's like almost about every single year that I get older, it's gonna cost me $25 more. Right now, I'm 40 years old. It's $400. I can see when I'm 50 years old, it's probably gonna cost well over $650, maybe even $750 or so. But right now, the rate of increase is around $25 a year. I have my property tax and HOA lumped up together. It costs me about $406. The next item is home repair costs. I generally do all of this repair myself. Just last month, I have a clog in the drain. I just kind of use my own little declogger thing in there. The bottom of the drain in the kitchen sink was stuck. The garbage disposal was broken, so I had to buy a new one. So, there are some costs to it, but I'd say most years I only spend a couple $100 on home repairs. And I didn't really list it out in here. It might be like $10, $20 in addition of what you see here. Gas and electric's about $100 a month because I chose to charge my car at home, charge a little bit at home, and then I also charge at the free chargers outside as well. Internet is $55.93. I believe around here I have a choice to go with Comcast, but I've tried that before. Cable modem, in terms of the speed, it always seems to slow down right around 7 p.m. or so. It seems like when people get home from work, it slows down to a crawl. So it's like basically unusable. So I had to switch over to AT&T. I think a lot about how to make all of these bills even lower than it is right now. So I think a lot about how to get rid of the AT&T bill. So it might be possible for some people to go with an unlimited plan on their cellular phones. But right now, as you can see here, my cellular phone costs $0, mainly because I have all these referrals going into my Mint Mobile account. I used to pay for this initially, and then I thought it was really good. So then I talked about it on this channel. A bunch of people signed up for it, and then now I don't really have to pay for Mint Mobile anymore. Water is pretty much a fixed cost. $35 for just having the connection there, about $5 for the water itself. So I don't see any way to reduce this at all maybe you can take less showers or whatnot, but then you're only going to be reducing it by like $5-10 or so. The trash bill is $18.89, and I just opt for the lowest tier that I could, the smallest trash cans that I could subscribe to, and it becomes really, really cheap. Car insurance, I have a little story behind this. $114. It used to be $94. Now it's $20 more. Now, this is because I went on vacation for like about 2 months or so, and I thought, I don't really need car insurance. I didn't have a car over there with me, so I just kind of stored my car, and I figure I can cancel my insurance and maybe save a couple dollars. So it would be 95 times 2, it would be $190. It turns out I canceled it for 2 months. I come back and I get a quote, and I knew it was going to be a little bit more expensive, but I didn't know it was going to be $20 more expensive. So this means the money that I saved for those 2 months, it's going to be canceled out if I pay at the current rate for 8 months or longer. It's gonna be like a wash right here. And I'm hoping here that after 6 months, they're going to lower my bill a little bit, because I have established that I have insurance. So the next time they quote me on the next one, it would lower, hopefully dramatically, so that I would get back to my original $94 per month. So the lesson learned here, which is something I actually wanted to do to kind of prove things out, just kind of do things that probably other people might think about doing, and kind of push all the buttons really to see what happens. And if you cancel your insurance for more than 1 month, more than 30 days, then it's going to look as if you don't have insurance when you get a requote, and therefore your insurance rate is going to rise up dramatically. One way to get around this is to temporarily cancel your insurance and reinstate it within 30 days. And then after you reinstate it for 1 or 2 days or so, then you cancel it again, and then perhaps you can just turn it on and off, and then there won't be a lapse in your insurance. Sometimes people might think about, I'm gonna go on international travel for a month, you cancel your insurance. Well, don't do this. There might be an option in your insurance to say, okay, I'm gonna go on vacation or something. So they have some sort of vacation mode where you can pay a lot less for your insurance rather than completely canceling it out. Also of note is that you can't cancel insurance if you park on the street. I park in the garage, so I can cancel it. If you park on the street and something happens to your car, let's say it gets totaled or something because some car just T-boned you while it's being parked, then you're not going to be insured. So if you park it in the street, you cannot do this little funny trick. But anyhow, for me personally, I probably would not cancel my insurance again if I was gonna depart for like a few months or so. I'll probably just keep my insurance and just keep it running even though I'm not using it. Maybe I'll call them and ask them if there's vacation mode or whatnot. Car registration is $58 per month. It rounds out to be about that much. Every year is around $700, I think, for my Tesla Model 3 Performance. And yes, it has increased from when I used to drive the Porsche Boxster, 2001 Porsche Boxster. And back then when I was talking about my expenses, it was still $1,500. So some things went up, other things went down. The gasoline went away. So then that kind of helps put that gasoline money into the Tesla insurance, I guess. So, things kind of work out. My health insurance went up, probably other kind of expenses went down. Kind of whittling this down. I kind of looked at this quite often, probably a couple times a month, and then I stare at it and go, what else can I make it go lower? So this is a really, really refined expenditure for me. Fast Track is about $20. I crossed the bridge over here with this electronic module in the Bay Area. I don't do this every single day. Sometimes I might go to San Francisco for whatever reason, go for entertainment, go for a restaurant or something, and it'll cost like $6. So the most I'll ever do it is maybe 2 or 3 times a month. So I just put $20. Groceries is $200, which is likely a lot less than that. Sometimes it goes in spurts, right? So it's really hard for me to track how much exactly I spend. Sometimes I buy a whole bunch of meat, I stick it in the freezer, and I can eat it for a really, really long time. And when I have meat in the freezer, all I have to buy is vegetables. So sometimes I might get by with only buying $30 of vegetables and things to supplement the meat and grains and stuff, right? So it might be only like $120, $150 a month when I am not buying meat and trying to consume everything in my freezer. I Didn't really add in travel clothing, which includes shoes, shirts, pants, gadgets, which includes like a drone I just recently bought with Amazon gift card credit. So my actual expenditure is likely higher than this. This is more like my baseline expenditure if I'm like just trying to hunker down and I feel like really broke because, you know, I need to save money, then this is the expenses that I would actually see. If I happen to go to the restaurant for another $100 a month, it's not gonna be a deal breaker or like make me go insane from going over my budget. Here you see it's about $1,400 a month. I'd say about $1,500 because, you know, there's some extra expenses here and there, and every year you're looking at $17,000 to $18,000. I like to look at this in terms of days too, because in YouTube metrics I can actually see how much I earn per day. So as long as I make a lot more than $46 a day, then I am happy. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to check out the Webull referral link and you can help me out because, man, these days I guess my income has gone down dramatically because I haven't really been uploading. So if you check out my Webull referral link, you can help me out over there. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.